Welcome to the Tremor Video Strategy Guides. I'm Danton, and today I'll be covering the Hodir 10-man encounter. Our guild does this in a slightly different fashion than is generally suggested. We use just one tank, 3 healers, and 6 DPS as our makeup. As you can see, I've switched to Holy and I'm helping to heal for this fight. At least 2 pieces of frost resist gear are recommended for this fight, as many of the attacks are frost-based. Hodir has a hard enrage timer of 8 minutes, and his hard mode is activated by defeating him within 3 minutes. Hodir has roughly 8 million hit points and can hit for around 25,000 physical damage on a tank. The first part of the fight involves the DPS breaking out the frozen NPCs, as they provide invaluable buffs to the raid. They consist of a mage, druid, priest, and shaman. The first one to break out is the far right NPC, the mage. The mage will put down a fire, preventing a debuff called Biting Cold, which I'll explain in a minute. The mage will also cast a spell on the other frozen NPCs called Melt Ice. This is extremely helpful and helps break out the NPCs faster. The other NPCs are not nearly as important at first as the mage is. Break her out first and you'll be in a much better position. Don't misunderstand me though, the other NPCs are important in their own regards. The shaman casts an ability called Storm Cloud on raid members, which increases critical strike damage dealt by 135% for 30 seconds. The druid casts Starlight, which creates a pillar of light. Standing within this pillar grants 100% increased attack and casting speed for up to 1 minute, as long as you're within this light. The priest heals the other NPCs and will also periodically cast a spell magic to help free players caught in the immobilizing effect of freeze. Freeze is an ability Hodir does that inflicts around 6,000 frost damage to players within 10 yards. It also roots the targets in place for 10 seconds and can be dispelled. Biting Cold, as mentioned earlier, is an aura that is active as long as Hodir is hostile and will stack a damage over time debuff on raid members. Simply moving around dispels this debuff. This debuff is very similar to Karastra's intense cold debuff within the Nexus. You'll need to be on the lookout quite regularly for falling icicles. These are targeted on raid members and take several seconds to fall down. A small blue circular rune is visible on the target location. Periodically, Hodir will channel and cast an ability called Flash Freeze. This, when cast, will freeze anyone into an ice block, preventing any actions. The only way to avoid this is to be on top of a snowdrift. Snowdrifts are created by giant icicles that fall from the ceiling. These particular icicles create a much bigger blue rune circle on the ground for several seconds, then drop, knocking anyone caught inside the circle back and causing roughly 12,000 frost damage. This then spawns the snowdrift, and raid members need to run on top of this to avoid the Flash Freeze. Many times after casting Flash Freeze, the NPCs will become frozen again. It's helpful to put a raid mark on the mage to locate her easier and to break her out once again. Randomly, Hodir will also cast an ability called Frozen Blows. This is a self-buff that adds roughly 31,000 frost damage to Hodir's melee attacks, but reduces the physical damage he deals by 70%. Also, while he has this buff, Hodir deals the entire raid 4,000 frost damage every 2 seconds. Thanks for watching our videos. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comment section of YouTube, or visit our website at www.feelthetremor.com.